Thank you. Beautiful. It's not easy, this piece, to bring the right atmosphere, but I thought you had a really, really nice beginning. Sound-wise, it's really, really nice. What we have to do is to, throughout the whole piece, it's the same motive as in the very beginning. Yeah. So, and because of all the things happening around and how he fills up the harmony, it's sometimes get lost a little bit or gets more heavy than it's intended to be. So can we go once more and really have this feeling of, I hear your melody really beautiful, but same as we had before, to really shape to the one. Dee da dee da dee. And of course the mi is longer, but doesn't mean that it needs to be heavier.
Okay.
Yeah, so that you really dee da dee da dee. Dee da dee da dee. Because from there everything is with dee da dee pa dee be dam ba dee. Always this appoggiatura that has to come back even later. Yeah, so that we otherwise again we lose a little bit our bigger line. Can we try once more? Yeah, sound-wise is beautiful. I think it's really, the color is very nice. What is the atmosphere that you feel in the beginning, or how would you describe it? Or what is what you want to bring out?
I don't know, ethereal, something like.
Yeah, that's fine. But should it be, how say, very peaceful, or should it be excited?
Peaceful.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, because it builds up a long way, and I feel if you're 8 notes already in the beginning, have so much rubato, yeah, then you lose a little bit this. So try ya dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee. They can be flexible. They don't have to be static, but just try to also shape them. They're also have to be equal, just like your melody. Especially this one, dee da dee da da dee. So is it how you go from this one? Oh, my nails are definitely too long. So this one. Because what the 8 notes do, and it's not easy, we don't have a bow or we don't have a breath to support our phrase. That's what those 8 notes will do. So if, for example, here you already have D. I'm exaggerating very much, but they should. They should support where your phrase goes, yeah? So they shouldn't have little accents, they should just help exactly what your melody does. You hear that already 2nd and 3 are much heavier than your first note? So when you open a little bit with your phrase, you can open a little bit with your 8 notes. Without an accent, but yeah, can you try to also release a little bit your thumb here? Feel it's very tight. Yeah, so just click and release. Yes. Why faster suddenly? Yeah, it just is the second part of the phrase. It just has a little bit more opening, but it's not even louder.
Okay.
It just very simple. Do you feel in your first note where you're going? It's not it's just to help you think before you start. And the first note should be where it takes you. Try. Without waiting for the 8 notes.
Okay.
Yes, same here. What do you need to hear? Do, mi, re, sol, fa, re, sol, fa, mi. But again, it's of course your melody that comes out, but your 8 notes should be supportive, not irregular. Too much rubato. Do, di, di, da, di, da, di, da, di, da. Di, da, di, da, re, do. Yeah, can you bring out this melody in the left hand a little bit more? Yeah, but it doesn't mean, again, we're in a bar of 9/8, which is basically the same as 3/4. So we don't want to hear ti, re, do on the third beat. Ti, do, do, si, always in transition. Don't worry. You want to go once more with the right pedals?
Okay.
Yeah. Where's your phrase? Yeah, but I mean how you shaped it so beautifully in the beginning, how you want to do the same thing here. You have to come out to the re, and then the mi is less. It has to sound longer, but it shouldn't be heavier. Yeah, you feel that?
Yeah.
It has to come out, of course. But otherwise we get accents where we don't need them. Sing the same way. It's not that you, how to say, have to add time, but you can breathe where the second phrase starts, just like you did here. It has to be exactly the same. Now I don't feel that it's the second phrase starting.
Okay.
Yeah? You understand what I mean? It's very little, it's...
Okay.
Yeah, once more. Do, mi, re, mi. Good, beautiful. Re, mi. Where's your re, mi? Yes. Di, do, fa, la, si, si. Yeah? So you understand how you're here. I'm just doing this, exaggerating a little bit, because your second was so heavy, and then because your left hand has pa, tim, si, si, you lose this nice flow that you had in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, could we do the right hand alone once? No. Wait. Yes. Re. Can we go once more from here? Re, mi, re, sol, la. Sol, la, sol, si, mi, la, mi. Without retenue. arpeggiato. So it's very simple. Si, mi, si, mi. So it's always built exactly the same way. So we need this appoggiatura. It has to sound, yes, but it shouldn't be an accent on the second.
Okay.
Can we do that with the left hand? So the left hand only does this. Fa, da. It will not do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but you understand what I mean. So here, yeah, very good. But here it's si mi, si mi. So like little, just like here, a little breath, just to show this is the structure of the music. Yeah, much better. Last time. Sol, la, sol, la, sol, si, mi, mi, la, simple, la, sol, fa. Yeah, and here, suddenly he adds 16th note. Why do you think this is? I was like, why did she? Do you think it's to bring, I would say, to change the character?
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, when he adds 16s, Fauré was known for his extremely long phrases. Also, his vocal music, it's endless.
So just to continue the
Because
line.
we don't have a bow, we don't have nothing to sustain our melody. We da dee da dee da. It's the same melody as we had before here. Dee dim pa dee dum. Always the same. So the 16th note are just to fill up and to sustain. Yes, it will be more fluent, but it doesn't change the character, or it shouldn't feel suddenly like it's different music, or it's more hectic in a way. So always, could you just play your melody once? So the melody lines in two hands. Yeah, exactly. It's of course not together. La, sol, fa, re, do in the left hand. But this has to be clear. That's your structure, not the 16 notes. Because otherwise we only hear da 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 da. Where's your melody? Di do fa re do, di da di da di. Always the same. So can you do the just those melody lines alone and shape how you think they should be shaped? Fa re do, do si la. But connect them. I hear now separate notes. Di do di do. And this is the echo of the right hand. Yeah. So even if the phrase expands, it should not get accents.
Okay.
Yeah. Di da di da di fa. Well, crescendo. Di da di si la la so. Yeah. Okay. You understand what I mean, because we go da dim pi da dim pa di da di dum pi dum. Now here is the first time that he continues the phrase that he built up. He doesn't stop sol, do, sol, fa, sol. No, he continues. So that's where we go. Yeah, but first we have to build it up exactly like we did in the beginning. Mi, la, mi, re, mi. Yeah? Once more?
All the notes?
All the notes, but just that's why I did it. So to have this in mind, and the 16s are in function of this. Only this. Yeah? No. So when you have di da di da di, of course it's connected. It's not suddenly di da di da di da di da di da di da di. Yeah. So they're all connected. Di da di da. Yeah. Where's your re? Re do. Yeah. You see how funny it is suddenly, because you feel like going this direction, but practice it separately, that you really, really know where you go, and then becomes simple. Once more, 2 hands. So, fa, re, do, si, la, fa, mi. Much better. Fa, mi, re, si, la, sol, mi, fa, and expand. Ti, sol, do, sol, fa, sol. You know, that's the trick. Here, you keep sol, do, sol, fa, sol, mi, fa, re. Yeah, so always to the one. Here you have a big accent in the second. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
I think you think like that actually. Da, di, da, di, ta, di, dum. But it comes from this. Then you keep your flow. Then the 16 makes sense. Yeah? I don't know where it's easy to start. Just to have to build up a little. Yeah, I know, but just to have the build up a little bit. Maybe from here? So, no. When you start, it's a whole bar inside. Fa, mi, re, si, ti, la, si, do, re, mi, re. Yeah, so all your harmonical changes are in here. Of course, they have to be clear. Yeah? So complex music, but simple in the end. Yeah, when you know what to bring out. Once more. Re, si, si, la, sol, si, do, re, mi, re, sol, do, sol, fa, sol. No, you see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Sol, do, sol, fa, sol, mi, fa, re. How will you? Yes, here you have to breathe. So use those beats to really sing, don't overplay them. Di-da, 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 di. So that this is not a new stop, the 16 keep flowing, they don't suddenly stop. So you have to bring them naturally. That, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So because here you rush them a lot, so then suddenly you have to go slow with the 16, and the 16s, they just keep flowing. So you have to find a way to make them more quiet. Da-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, ba-ba-bi-ba-bi-ba-bim. Once more from here. No. It's funny, no, how you. Sol, fa, sol, go, di, fa, re. Much better, much better. But do you still feel like you have a stop there, which is not necessary? You can, if you do it with the 16, just continuing and just changing the color, it's so much more effective. You don't need this, yeah. The 16 just keep flowing. Yeah? Last time. Sol, fa, sol, mi, fa, re, fa, si, fa. But keep feeling your fa, re, mi, do. Yes. But usually he changes the harmony on 2 and 3. So even if the 16s are transition notes, they have a lot of value. They have to speak still every note so that we really hear the harmonical change. Yeah, I couldn't hear those. Yeah? Maybe it was an accident, but just make sure that they're all articulated really well. Go from here. So again, feel your big one. Fa, si, fa, mi, fa, re, mi, do. Yeah? Fa, si, fa, mi, fa, re, mi, do, re, do, mi, do, si, do. Yeah, so definitely don't stop what most people do on the third beat. Yeah? Si, do, mi, la. Yeah? It will become much easier once you have this from here. No, feel the one. Yeah, no. Di, do, si. No, where's your one? You think to the second. It's in your head as in the second is a downbeat. Di, da, di, si. Do, di, da, la. where's your, so this, what's your melody in the beginning? Dee da dee da dee. It's the same here. We need the mi la mi sol la. Yeah, it's always the same motive. So we need this. We need this to sound much more. Once more. No. Ya ya la sol la si. Grow left. Re mi fa sol la do mi la. Yes, and you see how then naturally this comes out without you having to force it to become. It just stays. The melody stays generous and open. But you don't need to add an extra crescendo to di da 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 da. It's not the point of the music. It's just di do mi ya ba 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 ba. It doesn't have to disappear. It has to stay, but it shouldn't be forced. You understand? Before you did such a huge crescendo. Okay, then what everybody does, and it's in our ear like this, is play it in two, da di da di da di da di. Yeah.
I think of it in 3. I try to at least.
Yeah, in 3, but you don't think in 8 notes. It's like da di da di da di da di da di da. So there are 3 trees in this bar. So every third is lighter. Da di 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 da. With everybody da di da di da di da di. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if you think in 3, you don't think your 3 in per beat. Di da di da di da di da di. So also already the upbeat is like that. Da di da di. It's the same. Is it da? One ba bi ba bi ba bi ba bi ba. Da di da di. You think your left. Di da di. Yes, it's meant to be. Of course, your left hand has to come out, but it's meant to be more airy somehow. Because if you think vertical di da di da, of course it will sound the same for what people have to hear, but it becomes more fluent if you think ya di da di da di da. Also, then the harmonic makes sense on the third beat. Da di da di da. Yes, because the third beat is lifted. Yes, and can you now connect it that when your phrase opens here in the left hand, that your chords follow?
Right.
Yeah, so that it expands together. Why faster? And I don't. Make it play with it. They all have to speak. Could you exaggerate it for me once? It's not to annoy you really, but I know you think in a big tree, but you don't think in da di da di. Yeah, you will see when you exaggerate, it becomes so much more light because it's hard to know what to do with this section. It will give you a bit more flow. Yeah, so that means that this one is lighter. Yeah, it's already better. You see? And it's not different, it will sound the same, but it gives more, it makes more sense. He could have written it in 3/4, but he didn't. Yeah? Once more? Okay. Thank you. No, so da di 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 ba 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 bi ba bi ba bi ba bi ba bi ba bi ba 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 ba. You see, di da di da di da di ba ba bi ba di si so la fa so mi fa. Why rush there? It's even written sopressé. You know what that means?
Without moving forward.
Yes. So, you know, the other reason why you have to, when you really have to exaggerate, because you take over this rhythm here. Ba di si do di da bum bi dum. Because if otherwise it gets again very static. It's a reason that he wrote it in 9/8. Yeah. Can we take it from here and really listen to those 8 notes, because you just continue the exact same way. No. Dee da dee da dee da dee da. No. Dee da dee da dee da dee da dee. Yeah, it just continues the same way. Dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da. You see how your right hand isn't correct? Everybody plays like this because it's in our ear, but it's not correct.
What's not correct?
Here, this is the theme. Da dee da dee da. In da dee da. It means your left hand has to be faster. Now it's in dee da dee. It's different. You understand what I mean? So you have to keep thinking da dee da dee da dee da dee, and it's again not to annoy you, to point this out, but it becomes again you will feel the one because it all comes out of the theme beginning. Yum dee da dee da dee da dee dee da dee. Yeah, because there you have to prepare thinking in 3 before. You see, it's faster, but it should not feel rushed. It's just more light. Dee da dee. Yes. Dee da dee da dee. But feel the one. Feel the one. Ya dee da dee. Dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da. You feel that, so you need this left hand more to have the da dee da. Otherwise it becomes da 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 da. That's the whole point. This has to be very fluent. You want to try last time?
Sure.
From here?
Yeah.
So feel the one. Dee da dee, wa dee dum, dee da dee, dee da dee da dee. Feel the one. Dee da dee, da dee da dee da dee da dee da da dee da. Yes, because then otherwise you will have da dee da im ba dee da dee da. It will just have so much more flow. So it's really worth taking this apart, because then it makes the left hand so much easier. Otherwise it's just really heavy. Yeah. Just to it's the same. That's here. Could we just go to the end? Yeah, because if you don't think in 3, you will not hear the harmony changes. It's in the right hand. Dee da dee, no, dee da dee da, dee da dee, no, dee da dee, dee da dee. Yeah, just don't make it too large. It's not written arpeggio. Just make it, very simple. This is very good, but I would muffle because I can hear your pedal changes when you continue. So again, just to make it lighter. And now remember your phrase from the beginning. I cannot hear your right hand. Yeah? So of course your left hand leads, but again, here your 16 notes are to support, to open wherever you need it, to support your phrase. So that's a big, long phrase. Once more. Si, do, la, sol, la, sol, la, no accent, di, do, di, regular, da, 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 da. Be careful that you're not faster. Ya, da, 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 do, mi, la, was really beautiful. If you keep, again, what you had in the beginning, ya, dee, da, then this will become simple. Dee, da, dee, ba, dee, dee, dum. Yeah, because he doesn't add anything. He doesn't add a retenue or anything. It just has to be all in there. Yeah, but it's sound-wise, it's really beautiful. Just it's really worth taking this apart a little bit like this, especially the middle section with 2 hands.
Okay.
Yeah, well done. Thank you very much.